Well, today we're getting ready to pour concrete. We're going to do our footers today, and we're here early. Started the morning off with a pretty cool bear sighting here on the property. That was neat. They're around all over the place, but I very rarely get to see one. This one hung around for quite a while before it took off to the next property to go eat some more foraging for food and eat some more fruit and stuff before the summer ends. Anyway, stay with us as we get ready to pour some concrete. You know, perfection is the death of good, as the saying goes. Or as Winston Churchill said, perfection is the death of progress. So with that said, I stopped with forums. I've got those exactly where I want them, or at least to the level I think that they should be at. And so we're now ready to pour concrete for today. You know, there's probably a lot more I could have done, but I made sure that I went around and leveled everything, and with not just the level, but also with the laser level. So as far as estimation goes, it's all ready to go. However, it doesn't help that I'm a consummate worrywart and you know, overthink things. right there.
Added a couple boulders. So it's kind of like whack-a-mole. I mean, you fill one hole up and you make another hole.
My grandfather was a general contractor, so in some ways I grew up around construction. When I was a child, I used to love to go into his shop and explore. The shop smelled of pipe cutting oil and sawdust, and there were bins filled with all kinds of construction materials. This was a place I could spend all day playing in while my grandfather worked. However, the truth is, my grandfather was always working. So in order to spend time with him, it meant you had to go to work. Sink it in just like that.
Okay, that's it?
To the top of the white.
Okay.
And in doing so, you spend a lot of time working. And so I did. And that is a big part of how I began to learn the skills that I have today. In reflection, I have found that most of the relationships I have in my life have been built around or fostered by working. I believe that our capacity to grow can only be sustained if we understand the spirituality of hard work. Hard work is work you don't want to do. It is not about the physical effort you must make, but the emotional cost of the effort. When you wish you were somewhere else, doing something else, then you are doing hard work. The easiest way to know when work is too hard is to be aware of how it depletes your body and how slowly the time passes. If you continue to do hard work day after day, your body will eventually give you a day or more off by breaking down or making it impossible for you to work at all. Being hard at work is not the same thing. When you are immersed in your work, you may be hard at work, but the effect on your body is different. You may become tired, but not depleted. Yet, when we are hard at work, creating something, time flies and the body feels no fatigue until the work is done. Well, we managed to get the cement poured. Both Colleen and I worked pretty hard at getting that done. And it is a tiring job for two people, but we managed to work our way through it as a team and get that done. So the footers have been poured and the upright rebar has been installed. So next we'll give it a day here, and tomorrow we'll come back and start stripping forms and prepping the end of that before we start sticking ICFs on.
Hi, little pig. Little pig, hi.
Hey you! Red! There's a special way to stick them
Good girl. Don't worry, Warning. I have those big ones in the girl. And then Jennifer's in down and wait and just give her a shower. Here. I get 6:30 in the morning. So I go out and look, naked. You ready to move, Tony?
Yep.
Here we go.
Well, it's the next day and we're out here to work on the concrete footers again. I just walked around and looked at it. The great part is that we had no joint separations and no blowouts. Everything looks really good, and so we're going to get started today on stripping the forms loose so that the cement has time to cure before we move to ICFs. There's a quote from Martin Luther King Jr.'s The Three Dimensions of a Complete Life, in which he stated, "What I'm saying to you this morning, my friends, even if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, go out and sweep the streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Handel and Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, 'Here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well.' If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best scrub on the side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best whatever you are. And when you do this, you've mastered the length of life." In truth, our capacity to work hard can only be sustained if we understand the spirituality of hard work. These words and thoughts are of critical importance for people in this digital age. Our always-on connection to the internet can lead us to mistaking activity for productivity, the fatigue of being entertained with the fatigue of hard work, or the anxiety of information overload with the stress of taking responsibility. As a result, we can carry with us a constant weariness that when we look at our lives, we feel we are not getting anywhere. The spirituality of hard work is about understanding the definition and benefits of hard work, and perhaps most importantly, the fulfilling motivation of living this way. Focus on understanding our purpose and seeing our daily work ethic as an expression of our faith is what spirituality is all about. The spirituality of hard work is about understanding the definition and the benefits of hard work, and perhaps most importantly, the fulfilling motivation of living this way. This does not mean we fail, have fun, or enjoy ourselves. In fact, when we declutter our lives from fruitless investments of energy and effort, we become more efficient, which means we get more done in less time, leaving us free to enjoy what the procrastinator can only dream about. We can work hard without working smart, which usually leaves us with a bitter taste about the subject of hard work, because our work inspires. So I managed to get all of the forms removed and cleaned and got the area cleaned up. I'm very pleased with how the footers came out. The forms came off pretty easy, and they were pretty easy to clean up. Now the next step is going to be putting in the ICFs, which we'll get to soon. If you like this kind of content, please remember to like and subscribe and share this with friends. It really does help the channel in the long run. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.